Before we begin the video, if you haven't yet, come on down and join my Discord server. Link is down in the description. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another Season 12 video. Today's video is what I call the first look special. This is the first of 3 specials that I do before, during, and after every Ninjago season. As you already saw, this isn't actually a literal first look at the season, since I don't actually have inside sources. Instead though, this is just to cover up some stuff before the season begins on Monday, and to get us hyped for this final stretch. In first look, I first like to go over my main hopes for the season, and then we'll go over the popular theories that have been trending. Let's get started. We haven't really seen too much of Jay in the spotlight since 2016, but it looks like that's about to change. Season 12 is shaping up to have a heavy focus on Jay, and I for one am super excited for that. Jay, after having been left out in the Oni trilogy in Season 11, really hasn't had too much development in a while, and it's definitely high time to see more of him. Hopefully this season doesn't have too big of a focus on Jay, since I think it would be nice for Jay to have some more individual development, but I think we'll still be seeing some nice interactions between them throughout the season. After all, we already got Let's Dance, and judging by the trailers, we're in for some more moments as well. Mainly though, I'm just hoping we get some good development for Jay, and to make him, as they did in Skybound, more than the funny ninja. It's still unknown how many episodes this season has, but I sure hope it's less than last time. Season 11, as we know, had way too much filler, but Prime Empire is the perfect opportunity to provide a fresh start, especially after the unpopular last season. It's a new season, a new plot, a new premise, and most importantly, a chance to leave the flaws of Season 11 behind. I would really like to see a greater focus on the main plot itself, and to do this we have to avoid excessive amounts of filler. I think I speak for the majority of people when I say that Ninjago fans aren't really interested in anime episodes or so-called creativity, but rather the main plot and the characters. That's why we're here. So I hope that Prime Empire will be able to fix the mistakes its predecessor made. Prime Empire's plot is actually really intriguing. This season has a mysterious aspect that not many other seasons have, and the plot is definitely shaping up to be pretty cool. I gotta say, I'm definitely excited to see how the mystery surrounding Prime Empire unfolds, and also who exactly Unagami is. We'll talk more about him later in the video, but that's another hope of mine. Good villains. The previous season was kind of mixed in terms of villains. You had the ice villains, which are actually fairly good, but then the fire, I can't say the same about them. This season only has one set of villains, so it's definitely important to get them right, and I hope they play along well with the season's plot and that mysterious feeling. Those are my main hopes for the season. I guess my overall hope to summarize is that this is able to build off of the flaws of the last season. Season 11 in my opinion was the worst Ninjago season yet, and to me just really seemed like it was a trial to test out the new format. Now that we're 2 seasons in, this is really the time to start fixing those mistakes. Anyways, let's move on to the second part of this video. As with any season, a lot of theories will pop up before the big air date. Let's review some of the theories out there as well as some that I haven't talked about yet. I haven't really talked about Scott too much on the channel, so I want to mention him today. Scott is an ally for the season, of course, and is named after Scott Gordon Decato, a Ninjago producer who passed away in 2018, and March of the Oni was also dedicated to him. I don't think he's just a random character, but rather, as some people have suggested, somehow connected to Jay. I don't think it's a coincidence he looks so much like Avatar Jay, and also he has lightning designs on his cap too. And then again, in the new short, he states that he's been waiting for Jay for a very long time. So who exactly is Scott? Could he perhaps be Jay's in-game character, or maybe someone in the real world trying to help them? I'd lean to him somehow being connected to Jay, but we'll have to see. One thing that doesn't get talked about too much is Milton Dyer, who's the developer who created the famous Prime Empire. He was first mentioned in Season 11, and we learned some time ago that he's actually been missing for several years, and that Prime Empire is actually an old game that is resurfacing again. What involvement does Dyer have in this? I think he'll definitely play some sort of role in the season, whether he turns out to be a villain or simply a side character. I also want to bring up the question of if he's actually Unagami somehow. Did Dyer create Unagami to rule the game of Prime Empire, or maybe Unagami is actually Dyer, trapped inside? We still have so much to learn about both Dyer and Unagami, and if they're even connected at all. I haven't made a video on this, but Prime Empire supposedly is made up of 13 levels. I believe the idea is that the player will go through 12 levels, but at the famous final level they get sucked into the game. This is probably what happens to Jay and many others in the season. So what is this 13th level? I'd suspect that it's actually beating Unagami itself, and in a way, after all, he does serve as the boss of the game. So to complete the game and save everybody, the ninja need to finish this final level and thus beat the boss. The Kitanas will also probably play into this, as they're likely needed to release Unagami. Another possibility is that instead of just the last level being located in-game, every level will, and the ninja have to beat them throughout the season. Whatever the case though, level 13 is sure to be the most exciting one. And lastly, what is up with Zane this season? As the theories about him have evolved since last summer, it seems like we're finally nearing a solid answer. To me, it looks like robots can't enter the game for whatever reason. Why that is so, we're not sure, but it looks to be the case. So what will Zane be doing? It looks like Pixel will be joining him in whatever his story is, since the creators have already confirmed this. And maybe Borg will be too, considering he's going to be in this season. But what will they be up to? As I mentioned earlier, this season definitely has a sense of mystery around it, so I think Zane and Pixel will likely be trying to solve this mystery, and this could concern Dyer and Unagami. It's not confirmed yet, but I think the evidence is definitely pointing towards this for Zane's role. And that's about all for our first look special. Season 12 begins on Monday, so stay tuned for more coverage of the episodes. Tomorrow, we'll wrap up with some final predictions for the season. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone ever you know. Let me know what your big hopes for the season are, and I will see you next time.